Hello and welcome everybody to round 3 of AIRS, and today we are here in Canada on Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. On pole position for today's race we have Finley Taylor, the McLaren driver, first pole of the season. In P2 we have the other McLaren of Thomas McHugh, followed by Michael Valliak, Louis Sage, so it's a Williams lockout on the second row. And then we have the two Ferraris, so 2x2 for now. That changes though, onto the fourth row we have Langenberg, Risotto, then De Campo, good qualifying from the Brabham, Murray Senior in P10, Isabel Harvey 11th, Gradin 12th, Regani, De Jong, Akikawa, Fischer, Fevre, Barton, Kopich, Kelly, Curtis, Aguirre, Polk, Pernay, Tabaka, Opner, and we have at the back, well, my AI car, but never mind that. I'm going to go on board here with, I believe, the Williams, and it's lights out and away we go. Into T1 they go. Looks fairly clean for the most part. Looks like McHugh overtaking his teammate already. Let me quickly take out the AI car. And we're back. So, in first place at the moment it's Thomas McHugh, followed by Finley Taylor, followed by Michael Valliak, followed by Louis Sage. Down into the hairpin for the first time. Should have mentioned beforehand this is a 22 lap race. Coburn here, P6. For the first time this year I think, James Smith is actually ahead of Christopher Coburn. Coburn has definitely had the upper hand. Speaking of having the upper hand, Mitchell Langenberg has had definitely the upper hand. Into T1, lap 2 here. That's a little battle for third between the two teammates. Looks like Michael Valliak has got that sorted. No, he doesn't. Sage goes for it. He looks for it into the chicane. No such luck though. That's not really an overtaking spot. And I seem to have missed it, but Finley Taylor has retaken the lead. Yes, Finley Taylor, pole sitter, retaking the lead. However, Thomas McHugh sets fastest first lap of the race, albeit that doesn't really mean anything. And it looks like McHugh's under attack now from Michael Valliak in the number 6. Indeed he does, he makes the overtake. What about Sage here? Is Sage going to go for it into the hairpin? Yes, he does. Good moves from both the Williams there. In fact, it looks like McHugh is oh no, he's not. He's not quite fallen into the clutches of the Ferraris, but hey, he's definitely dropping down the field a bit here. We'll go on board with Taylor. Finley Taylor setting the fastest lap of the race at a 1:20.1. He's 1.5 up over Michael Valliak. Showing the pace early on. Michael Valliak obviously has overtaken McHugh as McHugh drops backwards. In fact, McHugh's dropped even further back. He's dropped to 5th now. And he's looking vulnerable to Christopher Coburn. We're going to go on board. Seeing the rear view mirrors we have here today. Christopher Coburn right on his rear bumper. He's going to be smart and not go for it into this chicane. Very tight. James Smith, P4. And the Williamses have caught Finley Taylor. Mihail Valyak, he's very close, he's within a tenth. On this version of Canada, the 1991 version, there is a chicane in the middle of the straight that we're also used to nowadays. It's quite interesting, to be honest. Louis H dives dives up the inside, Mihail Valyak, and he takes P2. He's now going to be looking to take the McLaren. Louis H also setting the fast lap of a 1:18.5. That's a very quick lap indeed. You can see the throttle there. He's blipping the throttle through there. Perhaps he's held up slightly, but who knows? Taylor diving, Sage diving up the inside of Taylor into the chicane. He's made it stick. That's an improbable move, but he's made it stick. That is Louis Sage taking the lead for the first time. After starting P4, he's already up into the lead. What does that tell us? In fact, where is McHugh? As I lag down the grid, looks like McHugh is 4 seconds off of Mihail Valyak, who's in 4th. But yes, it is Louis H who is in the lead of this race as we enter lap 5. As he goes through the first few corners. Finley Taylor has dropped 1.6 off of our leader today. Looking on the mini-map, it looks like the number 26 is a little far back. Or not the number 26, the person in 26. And I wonder what's happened there. Is Jan de Backer? Is he just slow, or... Actually, no, he's got tier 4 cars in front. Can't really expect that much. Louis H into the hairpin. Finley Taylor's caught up a bit this lap. The connection to the coverage is a bit intermittent, I would say, but we're getting some nice images from trackside today. Look at this one here, down the straight as they blast past into the last chicane. That chicane is a little quicker than it is today, but it's not taken flat or anything, I can tell you that much. Looks like Sage is going to be under attack now from Finley Taylor. Taylor getting a bit of a drift on through that corner there. Mihail Valyak is going to have a chance to close back up on the 2 leaders. Where is Smith? Smith has dropped back into the clutches of Coburn. Where is McHugh? McHugh has dropped to... Oh! What's happened here? McHugh's lost his front wing. Is it into T1? I don't particularly know. Yes, here's the incident. Drives into the back of Smith. Straight into the back of him. I mean, that's all McHugh's fault, really. Just a racing incident, to be honest. And obviously Coburn has overtaken him. There's Risotto. And we're back to where we found him. Unlucky there from our championship leader, actually. So it's not looking like a good weekend for McHugh as Langenberg overtakes him. We'll cut back to see him in the pits in a second, but up at the lead, it's Louis H. He has maintained that lead over Finley Taylor. Taylor, he needs to find a way around Sage soon, otherwise Valiak is going to be on both their cases. I think Valiak is, I think the gap is pretty stagnant if I'm honest, but into T1, Taylor not going to go for the move. On lap 7 now, about a third of the way of the race distance. Let's see if we can see McHugh. I think McHugh is in the pits here. If we could stop lagging. Yes, here's McHugh. Looks like a long pit stop. Is it going to be around the 20-second mark? 23, 24. This is a long old pit stop from Thomas McHugh. 28 seconds and he's out again, but he's way off the back. I think that is Thomas McHugh's race over pretty much. Back up front. In fact, he's almost a lap down, the poor soul. On board here, Louis H. Still got the lead. He's had that lead for about 4 laps now. And we're only on lap 7, so he's led most of the race, if I'm honest. Into that last chicane. Going up to 170, 180. Almost hitting 190 by the end of that straight. These cars are quick around here with their low downforce setup. Down into the tricky blind hair chicane, sorry. And that is sector 1. Thought Taylor was going to go for a move there, but he thinks better of it. As I said a lap ago, the gaps are quite stagnant. I don't think it's going to be too long until we do see a move though, if I'm honest. Taylor has sat in behind very nicely, and I think that Taylor has got a chance of overtaking him, possibly into here. He thinks better of it. I could see him having a look there though. Valiak is right on the back of these guys though. And Coburn might be able to close up too if they're not too careful. Those front brakes on that Williams are quite hot seemingly. Saw them glowing. Valiak took a look there. That's not where you want to be overtaking Michal Valiak. We've already seen McHugh lose his front wing at the exact same spot. Watching the leaders as we are on lap 9 of 22. It's Louis H leading from Taylor, from Valiak. They're very close. Coburn is 1.4 back. I think he could close up. Then behind them, we have 4 seconds back. It's James Smith, followed by Risotto and Murray Sr. and then Langenberg. Murray Sr. outperforming his teammate. That is interesting to see. Giancarlo De Campo in P9. It was warned before this race that if Brabham were to have another bad performance, they would be demoted to a tier 3 team, but Giancarlo De Campo, he's reacted to that, and this is the performance we want to see from the Brabham team. It's 9th place at the moment. In behind we have the Jordan of Gradin, Harvey, and then De Jong. Then we have Regani in the other Brabham in P13. It looks like it's not such a good race this time out for the Scuderia Italias. They've been in the top 10 these past few races. However, this time, Wef Pope is down in 19th. The 2 Leighton Houses are not having a great performance either. Just going to stay on board with Wef Pope here as we go through the last chicane. Nicely done. Behind them we have Kian Kelly in the Ligier. Camille Favre qualified for this race. Obviously she didn't qualify for the last race, but she's here now in a brilliant 21st position. Amir Opner and Patrick Pernay are the two Larousses, and they're in 22 and 23rd. Then we have Marcos Aguirre, Dabaka, and Thomas McHugh. I think Thomas McHugh here is going to be able to catch Dabaka in a matter of a few laps. I think we might see a fastest lap or two from this driver. He is going to be angry after that incident. Right now, though, it is Louis Sage, Michael Valyak, and then Finley Taylor. They've all spread out now from Cohen and James Smith. And then we have Risotto and Murray. So Sage, he's been leading most of this race. Can he hold on? The pole sitter, Finley Taylor, is down in 3rd now. It looks like he hasn't got the pace, and it looks like the Williams cars are the quickest and the best cars to be in this weekend. Why don't we ride on board with Louis Sage? Under the bridge, into the chicane. It looks like Michael Valyak is closing up in that rear view mirror. He's only 8/10 back now as we head into the hairpin. And into the chicane on what we now know as the straight. Right, then left, and then right again. And down to the last chicane. And indeed, Michael Valyak has closed right up. I think he might have the overspeed here. Maybe he's going to go for it into T1. Yes, he does. Can he make it stick? Yes, it does look like that. It looks like we have a new leader, and that is Michael Valyak. He's come off the back of a performance that was very good at Imola. Obviously him winning the race from McHugh, but Michael Valyak, the form is in his side of the garage at the moment. Louis Sage has had an unlucky run at it so far, obviously with his gearbox failure, and Louis Sage also unfortunately not getting a podium at last race, I believe, if I recall correctly. He might have got 3rd actually, never mind. Anyway, that's besides the point. Michael Valyak has been the better of the two. And looking back here, it's Louis Sage being under attack from Finley Taylor. As we're on the half distance, we're going to enter lap 13 now. Looks like Taylor in the background. I thought he was going for the move there. Not to be. But he is very, very close. Maybe Taylor's going to go for one here. He's within a 10th. He can dive one. No, he's not going to dive. Louis Sage here, defending his P2. Going down the order again. Looks like Coburn has got the advantage of Smith. And it looks like the two Benettons have overtaken the Tyrrell. We're going to go on board with Murray here, I think. See Langenberg in the background. Risotto in an 8th place, with Harvey in P9. The two Tyrrells, good performance from them. Then we have Taman de Jong in P10. And then we have Gradin, De Campo. I praised you earlier, De Campo. And now look, you've dropped back in the Brabhams. With 12th and 13th for the Brabhams, that being. This is Reina Akikawa now in 14th. Isaac Fisher in 15th. Alain Kopich off of a great performance at P9 in Imola. Then we have Barton and Polk, and then Curtis, and then Kelly. So there Ahead of both the LaRussas, this is a great performance from the Lotus. Aguirre, McHugh cleanly passed Dabaka. Dabaka being incredibly slow, it seems, as he's dropped 10 seconds off of McHugh. Ah dear, Dabaka, what are we going to do about you? Obviously he qualified for Brazil, but he was notable for holding up the leaders. Speaking of the leaders, there they are really. They're only another 5 seconds back, they'll catch them quite easily. But Dabaka failed to qualify for Imola, and here he is at Canada. He qualified, but he is by far the slowest car on track. Back to our race leader, it's Michal Valiak, followed by Finley Taylor. Finley Taylor up the inside, but doesn't make the move. He was up the inside though. As we head on to lap 15, heading on to approximately 2/3 race distance. And what's this? Hang on. I've spotted something. Someone's in the pits. That's Risotto. What's happened to Risotto? What has happened to Risotto? Battling with his teammate? No, it doesn't look like it. No, he's hit the back of the Benetton, it seems. Yeah. And he almost spins it as well. Pretty much a mirror of the crash that Thomas McHugh had and lost his front wing in. But Risotto here loses his front wing and he's had to pit. Drives a whole lap there without a front wing. I can only imagine how horrible that feels to drive. As he does pit, knocks over one of the cones, and then looks like it's going to be quite a long pit stop here. Regardless, let's go back up. In fact, no. Looks like Risotto. No, Risotto thought he was at the pits there, but he wasn't. Back up the grid. Joseph Murray Senior in P6. This is a good result at the moment for the number 20 Benetton driver. Another good performance from Smith. I think I saw a Dabaka. Indeed it is, it's Dabaka. The front runners have caught Dabaka this time, just as Michal Valiak and Finley Taylor were going about the lead. Dabaka here, what's he going to do? Is he going to get out of the way? Looks like Valiak is just slipstreaming down the straight. Is he going to block? No, he doesn't. He does the sensible thing. Albeit he's holding up Taylor. Oh dear, I think, no, he's gone to the inside, he's let them past. Good job there from Dabaka. Oh no, he hasn't let them past. I think he's trying, so we'll give him that. Alright, now he's being a nuisance, now he's holding up Coburn and Sage. He has an opportunity here to let them past on the straight. And he doesn't do so. He's gone to the inside here. So he's past Dabaka. He's holding up Sage, he's backing him into Smith. Sage goes inside. Smith staying in behind. This isn't great work from Dabaka once again. But, I mean, there was efforts made there. Back up the lead, there's Valiak, followed by Taylor, followed by Coburn, followed by Sage. Dabaka, what are you doing? Dabaka, Smith having to push to pass. This is black and white flag there for Dabaka. Officially. If he holds up anyone more, then... I mean, he got a reprimand at Brazil for doing this. And once again, he's being a nuisance. On board here with Murray Senior. He's on the back of Tabaka now. Is he going to go to the inside? Yes, he does. Tabaka, I don't know how he's so slow, if I'm honest. Let's head up the lead. Sage there under attack from Ferraris. But it's Michael Valyak who's leading this race, followed by Finley Taylor. As we go through the chicane and start lap 18 of 22 with only 4 laps to go. Who's going to be the one to challenge Michael Valyak here? Finley Taylor sets the fastest lap. I don't think, no, that wasn't last lap, but clearly Taylor has got some pace if he set the fastest lap. It's just, can he close up and can he make the move? If Taylor here wins this race, it'll be 3 pole sitters taking the win in a row. That's not exactly what we want to see, but they've definitely been close races, so you can't say it's a given. Speaking of which, I saw Risotto. Let's have a look at where McHugh has got up to. McHugh into 24th. He's catching the group of these 4, of Fever, Opna, Perne and Aguirre. Michael Valyak here, finishing another lap. I think he's opened the gap over Finley Taylor here. And he's across the line, start lap 19. In the background, there's a battle, it's Sage. Sage overtaking Finley Taylor now. Looks like Sage is on his burst of pace. I said paced. Sorry. Sage here. If he can close up in this last 3 laps of the race, we might have a chance to see a battle for the win. But at the moment, it doesn't seem like Finley Taylor is going to convert pole to win, as he's quite slow at the moment. And this isn't going to be a good result in the points for Team McLaren, as one of their drivers is firmly out the points and the other is in probably going to be P4 in a second, as James Smith here attacks Finley Taylor, and Coburn is under attack from Murray Senior. Murray Senior here could get a brilliant 5th place. Not quite as brilliant as Langenberg's P2, may I say, but certainly it's a good result anyway. Lewis H here. Fastest lap of the race. Not set this lap, but set last lap it seems. 1:17.6 by Lewis H. He's only 1.5 seconds back. We might have a battle for the win here between the 2 Williamses. And it's Michael Valyak who leads at the moment into the chicane that marks the start of Sector 2 on board. The sound of the Williams is very nice indeed. That Renault engine sounds beautiful. Into the hairpin there. Sage has dropped 0.8 on this lap. That's not good news from the number 5 Williams. He's letting go of a possible chance of the win here We're about to head onto the penultimate lap of this race. It's Michal Valyak. Behind him it's Louis Sage. Sage is going to have to hope that he can close up. His brakes are looking incredibly hot, if I may say so, too. Smith there. That's Smith for P3. McLaren's day is only getting worse as James Smith, obviously last time out he lost his front wing and had too much damage from that to continue. And Smith here getting redemption, he's in P3. It's Murray Senior in P5, he's overtaken Coburn. Langeberg on his own. Taman de Jong in P9. Grad in P10. This is a great performance from the Jordans. Up the sharp end once again. Sage has closed the gap, but is it too little too late? I don't know if Sage is going to be able to close this one up in the next lap. On this camera angle here. Into the last chicane, but it's not going to be the last time. It is onto the final lap, the white flag. 1 lap to go. And it looks like Sage is closing up. Oh, we might have a battle for the win here. It looks like P3 and P4 are comfortably settled, but with only a second between P1 and P2 here, if Sage can get a good lap out of his car, then it could be a battle for the win. We'll stay on board with Louis Sage. Now this bit is crucial here, he needs a good chicane. Oh, he's closed up massively. What absolute bravery on the brakes. Albeit he only closed up by about a tenth. I don't think the back markers are going to play a part in this. Looks like it's Michal Valyak. It's only a 0.9 gap. I don't think this is possible here. Michal Valyak comes through the second to last corner. He's through the last chicane. This is going to be win number 2 this year for Michal Valyak. He wins the Canada Grand Prix. Louis Sage taking a P2, valiantly fought. James Smith in P3. Finley Taylor taking P4. With Coburn 5th. Murray 6th. Langeberg 7th. Coming home 8th, it's Isabel Harvey getting the last point once again. Fidgeman de Jong in P9. With Grad in 10th. Regani has got the best of Campo here. Regani is going to come home in 11th place. Across the line. Giancarlo Campo with 12th. Akikawa 13th. Kopic 14th. Pashur 15th. Barton 16th. Curtis 17th. Poke 18th. Kean Kelly 19th for that Ligier team. That's a good result from Kean Kelly. Emir Opno in that LaRousse P20 it's going to be. Thomas McHugh 21st after having pit. That's not too bad from McHugh. For their 22nd, that's very well done from the Tier 5 Lotus team. Aguirre 23rd, Perne 24th, Risotto 25th. Dabaka is pretty much a lap down. In fact, he is more than a lap down. Dabaka 26th. And that is it really. I believe the fastest lap of the race went to Louis Sage on a 1:17. I can check that on the replay. But here are your final classifications. It's Michal Valyak who's won this race. From Louis Sage by 0.8 of a second, with the Ferrari of James Smith rounding out the podium. You can see the rest of the order there. And that is it from me And next race, it is, let me remember. Okay, next race is in Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. And other than that, I thank you for watching. I hope you tune in next time for Mexico. And farewell, everyone. Until next time.